All right, welcome to the Sharpening Iron Show. I'm your man, Big Jack. This is where we prove we are stronger together, that if each one would reach on, we can all grow and glow. And today is another beautiful day. It's the first day of June, and we're going to do a little changing up. So this is going to be a little different than what you've seen before on the Sharpening Iron Show. Just a little flipping here and there, but nothing major. Same players. We got some wonderful guests today, and I'm looking forward to getting them up on the stage. But first, before we do that, let me make this quick change so we can all figure out the new format for the Sharpening Iron Show. So give me 1 second. Wow, Walt Talks on the stage early today. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, you cut into my nap time, man. No.
Yeah,
man, nap before I get on, and now I got to take my nap earlier, bro. No, this is great, man. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, doing well. Thank you for being on the Sharpening Iron Show with me and hanging with me. It's just a little change up, nothing major. Sorry that I cut into your nap time, though.
No, I'm just messing with you, man. Yeah.
But
hey, man, thanks for the invite, man. I'm glad that, hey, looks like I'm coming up. I got called up from the minor league.
That's what it is, bro. That's it.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. So
we in the minor league and you make it to the majors, you get to go to the big games.
Well, before I got to lose my jack leg status before I get to the majors. But right now, man, I'm okay. So
you're all right, though. It's good to have you here. So I know you said you had I saw you last night on the We Be Jamming Live, and you said that you had a football game you was going to today.
Yeah, my grandson is a flag football guy, man. He's 10, flag football. They had a game. They won, went to the semifinals, but they lost the semifinals going to the championship.
Oh, wow.
He twisted his knee twice, and the coach didn't want to let him in, and he's like, "Hey, coach, I'm good. And I'm telling him, man, you got to stop falling all over the field and then trying to tell everybody you're good. I mean, I get it, you're hurt, but they have a responsibility. They just can't put you out there until your leg falls off, So if you're hurt, you're hurt.
Yeah.
If you're just, if you're in pain, you're in pain. I mean, if you're injured, you're injured. I get it, but you have to, understand, man. Even when you're on the sideline, you're still part of the team. So make sure you show up and support." He said, "I am Pop. Because halftime I had a good talk with him, and he's tough, man.
Yeah.
But they lost. He was okay. He played his heart out. He was fine, man. So, and the irony is parents were there talking about, whoo, if they lose, we get to go home.
Yeah, that's the funny part. Part.
Yeah.
The more they win, the longer we stay. So if they go ahead and knock this one out and lose it, we'd be okay.
Yeah, man. I've never even thought about that part, but that's a real thing too. So we had a good time. I was out there since about 9 o'clock this morning. I had a good time.
Wow.
So
okay.
Had
well, that's
fun,
good.
man.
That's
so
good.
Appreciate you asking about that.
I know you like I say, being with me last night because of the We Be Jamming Live went. That was a good show last night, and then you be back on here me tonight. But I don't want to hold up our guests. So we got a wonderful guest. I'm getting ready to come on the stage. Cindy Lifestyle and More is the channel that they that she goes by, and she's going to be our guest today. So we're going to get her up on the stage, and then once we get her on the stage, and I believe she got somebody with her today. I'm not sure. Okay. I got to make sure. We got to make sure. We'll see if they're going to get them up here. So let's welcome them to the stage, and then once we get them up here, we can we'll figure out what we got going on. All right.
All right. Let's do it.
Oh, there she is. Cindy, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right.
I'm Cindy, and this is my husband, Greg.
Pleasure, gentlemen.
All right. It's Greg, correct? I want
to
say Greg. Okay, with a G, with golf.
Yes.
That's right. So how you doing, Cindy? How you doing, Greg? 2 G's. Yeah.
We're doing good.
It's almost like Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
It's 2 G's. All right.
Turn that wheel.
Turn that wheel and get 2 G's. But no, and it's good to have you on. Thank you for being on the Iron Sharpening Iron show. That's my man up here, Walt Talks. If you don't know Walt Talks,
hello.
He's like E.F. Hutton, if you remember E.F. Hutton back in the day, where Walt Talks, everybody listens. So that's why I got that man up on the stage.
I'm here to bring the low calorie logic point of view to the show. That's what I do.
That's right.
Somebody has to represent the low calorie logic. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have you up on the show with us, and just the way it works. I mean, you hear just the Iron Sharpening Iron show. The motto is we are stronger together. That if each one could reach one, we can all grow and glow. So with that being said, it's just we're trying to. You're going to provide something for me, and I'm going to get stronger, and I hopefully can say something to you, and you grow stronger, and together we'll grow stronger, and we can all grow and glow together. So that's what it's all about. So can you tell us a little bit about yourselves? I mean,
yes, I probably got like a story like this, but now I won't be long. But I was born in 1960. I was born in Montebello, California, and I was raised in Whittier. My dad was from Echo Park. My mom was like from City Terrace. So we were LA family. One sibling was my sister, and she was we're 5 years apart, and she still lives in Long Beach. So my whole family, my cousins and everybody are still in LA. I'm the only one that lives here in Central California. So I moved out here about 33 years ago, and that's how I met Greg. But when I was young, my mom noticed that when I would be walking, this is how I got into everything in my life, I had a club foot. She would notice that when I would walk, I would trip over, and I would trip over. So of course she took me at that time to a foot doctor, and they used to put braces on, and they wanted to do surgery, and she did not want to have that because she felt like they would leave me some scars. So she was trying to think of something that would strengthen my muscles, her idea, to strengthen my muscles. So she put me in dancing.
Okay.
So dancing did not work out. I did it later in my life, but when I was young, they used to come and pick you up from the house and take you to the dancing, school. Studio. You can't do that anymore. So I freaked out because mom and dad weren't there. So that didn't work too good. And I can still remember myself running around the house, running away from everybody so I wouldn't go. So I didn't feel comfortable. So she was still taking me to the doctor and everything. And at Sears and Roebuck in Santa Fe Springs, on their third level upstairs, it was a brand new store that opened up, and Sears was a big thing at the time. They had a modeling class for women, like from children all the way to women, to show them how to take care of their skin, their hair, their poise, how to walk, how to dress, everything. So the course, there was a course. So you pay so much for this course. And at the end of the course, they would have all the family come down, have a big event that evening, and you actually learn how to walk on a runway. So I did that for many years, like from young all the way till in high school. And when Sears and Roebuck didn't have that anymore in modeling, she put me to Henshaw's. These are department stores. And Henshaw's was in Whittier, and they also had it too. They went a little bit further. They taught you how to exercise. They taught you how to voice. They taught you how to interact with people. So I did that for like 5 years. At the time in the 60s, people that wanted to be models had to be tall, thin, 5'7" on up, and even 5'7" was short. It's not like that anymore. But at the time when I was young, I was petite. I'm 4'11". I weighed at that time probably 69 pounds because I wore like a 6X. I was always a thin person. I didn't match to that type of height, So I kind of got out of it, but it taught me about the beauty industry. Then my mom took me to another place her name was Florence Smalls or something like that. And she had a modeling class. Okay. So my mom kept taking me to that because I had fun doing it. And it taught me a lot about myself, and it made my self-esteem so much better in my life. because I was with other girls, other people, and not every one of us was tall, not every one of us was thin, but it made us felt so much better. And that was important with my mom, with myself, and it helped my foot. So I never had surgery. I never had to go in that way. So it really made me felt better. And I do thank my mom for giving me the opportunity to do that.
And boy, can she dance now.
Well,
wow.
that's a whole other section. So I go to high school. Everybody, I go to high school and everything. I do all my elementary, junior high, and high school. And when I was in the high school years, that's when I got into drama classes and dancing classes. Because I am not the sports person. Balls flying to my face does not work. Because I'm not that type. I don't swim. I don't really hike. And I'm not real good playing soccer. But I know that. I know that's not me. I know who I am.
She can bowl, Jack.
Yeah,
Yeah, she can bowl. Well, look,
but I'm
she's
not
good.
great.
She good by me then. We good.
So I did that. So I did that for a while, and I learned how to dance. I did a lot of jazz classes, and I loved it. So my dancing skills are good. But I never became a professional dancer or anything like that. But I did have friends that actually went to New York and actually wanted to be a professional dancer, ballet and all that. I didn't go into that. Then when I was about 18 or 19, I started helping in preschool. I was a preschool teacher. I did that for a couple of years. I think I was trying to find myself who I wanted to be. And then my dad said, okay, now that you graduated, where are you going to go? Are you going to go to college? Are you going to go to the military? Or are you going to go to work? And my dad was that way. He was a meat cutter. My dad was like, you got 3 things, you make a decision. And I said, well, I'm not going to go in the military, because this is what he told me. If you want to go in the military, you have to be aware if there's a war, you're going. So that changed that. And then he says, okay, you're going to go to college. I wasn't a really big person that liked school. I'm just, I hated, not that I hated school. It wasn't for me. I wanted to get out of school. I was done. I'll go to work. And that's how I got into retail. So I started working at, I believe it was May Company at the time, or Broadway. It was one of those two. And I worked at May Company later, but I can't remember the very first store. And I worked as a floater. I worked in clothing and I worked in shoes, and they put me around and everywhere. And I ended up Robinson's department store. That's where it was, and Puente Hills. And that's where they made Back to the Future. Okay, so when you look in the movie Back to Future, there's this big white department store, and that was Robinson's department store, and that's where I worked at. Okay. So I worked there for a couple of years. Well, a person in that store saw how hard I worked. I was in the China department, and she said, have you ever worked in cosmetics? And I said, no. And she goes, well, I have a position open, and you could not get in cosmetics because it's commission and hourly.
Good money.
And it's good money, but nobody could get in there unless you knew somebody or somebody approached you. Well, I didn't do it at the time because I wanted to start to be a horse jockey. And my dad used to go to the racetrack, Sandy racetrack. She goes, well, can you work for me like part-time? I said, okay, I'll do part-time, but I'm going to start taking some classes trying to be a jockey. Well, in by Puente Hills Mall, they actually had people learning how to ride horses. I never rode a horse in my life. And they had a horse trainer there. He is still a horse trainer today. And he came down, and the person that was teaching us how to ride horses, he came down to see us, all of us. He invited us to the stables where he works. It's David Bernstein. I guess he's still a trainer today. And I got a job there. And he says, well, the first thing you're going to do is muck out the stalls. And I learned how to clean the horses, muck out the stalls. He didn't give me this fancy job as to be a horse jockey or be a person that they ride horses and they train the horses. Yeah. And that's when John Henry was there, all these horses. I saw Willie Shoemaker. I met Lafitte Penkai. I met a lot of people working in the back. And it is a hard business. It still was not a woman business. It was like women were starting to come in, but it was still, a gentleman business. but these horses are strong, and they go fast. They're going like 6,500 miles an hour, and you weigh like 90 pounds. I can see why a lot of these jockeys can get hurt. But I did learn how to exercise horses a little bit, but I didn't want to do that at the end. And I did that for a couple of years. So I did the Santa Anita racetrack. I did the Hollywood Park. I did the Del Mar. My sister also came aboard, and we were hot walkers, mucking out stalls, cleaning the horses, working with the people that exercise the horses, all that. So I did that for a few years, got out of that business, went to May Company at the Brea Mall, and that's when I started in cosmetics again.
Okay.
And I did that for many years. I was about 32 years old and decided that I wanted to do outside sales. Well, I got a job selling Aveda hair care products, but the location was Central California. And I was like, oh, so that means I need to relocate. And I did. During that time, from May Company to working for Aveda, I worked for Nordstrom's, and I worked for Bullocks, and I worked, in between all that time, all in cosmetics. And I sold coffee. I was in outside sales for that and coffee. And then I found the job with Aveda, and I moved out here to Central Coast. And I did that for 3 years and met a wonderful people, hairdressers. I mean, everything you can think of under the stars. I loved it. Again, it's next to beauty. Remember, I wanted to be in the model, so it was all in the beauty. That's where I met Greg. So a manicurist said, Cindy, what do you do on the weekends? I got my mind so involved in Aveda, I wanted to learn it inside and out, because I had to know the products to go to hair salons and have an idea when I know what I'm talking about.
Be professional.
Yeah. So, you can't walk in, and if you don't know it, you need to find an answer. They're not going to listen to you. And that's where I got a lot of people that respected me in the business, because I never said, I know it. I will find out if I do not know it. And if I know the answer, I will tell you.
Right.
And she says, well, I'm going to go bowl on Tuesday night. And that's where I met Greg. And Greg was the bowler there. Okay. So then I never bowled in my life. I got into a Las Vegas bowling league, and I did my gutter balls. I think I did the most was 50 when you first met me. I wasn't really good at it, but I tried. Yes. You had to get me the right ball and the right shoes and everything. And then we got married, got pregnant, went back to working in sales again. So I always had a place to go to, which is makeup, back to May, Robinson's May. And then I got a job working for another company who sold Paul Mitchell, American Crew, all that for 21 years, I think it was. Yeah. 2017, I retired from it. The hair business has changed. Got him a job in it. He loved it.
I did it for 15 years myself.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
Now we're together. And then we owned a salon. We got a salon for a while. It was a beauty supply. One of the girls that worked there was saying that she was taking acting lessons in San Luis Obispo, which his mother taught Zac Efron. And I said, oh, there's acting classes around here? Where do you go for acting classes? So then I took acting classes in San Luis, and I did some background work. I've done some short films. I've done some feature films.
Some commercials.
I've done some commercials. So I do that a little bit. As a matter of fact, today I also have an audition. So I do that a little bit as well. And I'm still non-union. I'm SAG eligible. And then that's it. Here I am. Now I do some YouTube.
Okay. Well, it's funny. Listening to that introduction, I can see why it's Cindy Lifestyle and More. Because it's like, wow.
Exactly right.
She dropped a lot on us right there. That's that's there's many times I hear stories and I can say, yeah, I've done that. You were so far all over everything except for bowling.
Hey man. All I have for that one is one time at band camp. That's all I got, because other than that, I haven't done any of that.
Yeah. I mean, I took the military option when that was offered, and I mean but that's pretty cool. I mean, really, it's a lot, and I mean, your experiences is through the roof and all the things that you've been through. But because of the cosmetics, and a lot of people might not know this, and I'm gonna have to verify it. It was told to me, but I'm gonna verify it. And I'm saying, but I know that the summer is here or coming. And one of the big things, a lot of people are now starting to get ready to go out and enjoy their time and the fun in the sun and the beaches and all of that stuff. So I wanted, because of your experiences with cosmetics and skincare and beauty, and both of y'all, I had some questions that I wanted to see if you can help with. Maybe the people in the audience might be asking these same questions, and that's going to help us and make sure that we keep ourselves healthy and look good at the same time. So one of the things I was going to ask you was, does the summer weather affect the skin different, like the oily, dry combination? Is that affected because being in California, is it different for California than it is for me on the East Coast? Or
right.
So yeah, but
so let's say you're dry, right? What happens in the summertime, you start producing a little bit oil. Some people say, I'm dry in the winter, but I'm noticing shine in the forehead, but I'm dry, or shine in the T-zone. It's because it's humidity, or we start perspiring, our pores begin to open, oils become through, they get clogged, they get blackheads. All of a sudden, here's the blemish. So even people are dry, become normal to dry to oily, oily to very oily, T-zone shine. So when you go to a counter, or you even go to a dermatologist, that's what they're going to ask you, how is your skin feeling? So when they come to our counter, we have to go to, at the time, a lot of times we had to go to classes. When you work for Clinique, when you work for Lauder, you work for companies, you have to go to classes to learn about skin. So you give an idea how to recommend their products. But you have to know what to ask for. So someone's dry can become normal to oily. Someone who's oily become very oily. And it's because it's the humidity, you're sweating, you're perspiring, the oil glands become to work more. Now, how do you fix that? How do we fix that? Well, now you got the products to fix it, but you want to balance it. You don't want to strip the skin, because the skin says, oh, I'm dry, I need to produce more moisture. Now you're even more oilier. So you want to balance it out so the skin doesn't become over oily, and you want to control the blemish, and you want to keep it balanced. And then your skin goes back to the way it is during the winter season, the fall season, starts going back to dry. Now your skincare may change a little bit.
Gotcha.
For more moisture.
Right.
I mean, as you was talking about it, it makes a lot of sense. I didn't think about it like that. Matter of fact, when you first started talking about it, it was almost like you were describing the type of bowling ball I would use on a lane. Like, is it a dry lane? Is it an oily lane? Is it mid oily? Is it oily? So yeah, but those are some of the things that we think about with the equipment we use. But now I'm listening to you saying it with the different, and we're not talking makeup. We're talking more of a skincare. So yeah, so I'm glad you. So make sure I'm gonna make sure. And Walt, thanks for being back. I'm gonna make sure that we say that it's not a makeup that we're talking. We're talking about a skincare product, and it's for the type of the skin condition at the time. Like I said, is it dry? Is it oily? And and you use the term dermatologist. So is it important to go to a dermatologist?
I think dermatologists are wonderful. A lot of people have a lot of faith in their doctors. You know what I mean? They want to go there if they're having very bad acne.
They have issues.
Not everybody can control something severely. A dermatologist, I went to go see a dermatologist while I was selling skincare and makeup, because I had cystic blemishes that were under my skin. So they would swell up, my face would swell, but they would never come to the surface. So finally I decided the skincare wasn't working. Even if I knew what was going on, I knew what I had, but it wasn't working. I went to a dermatologist, but they're a little different. They just clean your face, they take it away, they strip it down. They really don't balance it. They're like doctors. Doctors are more like that. Like my doctor, he sends his mom to us. Go find out what you need, unless it's something that we can't take care of way at where all of your blood vessels are at. We can't take care of that.
Okay. So wait a minute, and you're saying send them to you as in your business or at a store?
So at a store. So, well,
they're highly trained.
Yeah, we understand product knowledge.
Okay.
So product knowledge is what's the best for your skin, because they want us to sell their products,
right?
But they want the customer to be happy
and rebuy.
And rebuy. But we're not like dermatologists that can't take care. We've got people come in. Do you know what this is? It's not going away. Now you need to see a physician.
Gotcha.
You need to go see somebody. We're not a license. Even a facialist would say you need to go to a doctor, a dermatologist, or go see. I always say that in my disclaimer. If you feel like something's not right, you're saying things are not getting better, please go see somebody. Yeah. Please. Yes.
No, that's that's a whole different perspective. I'm gonna tell you now, because you think like if I walk into a Macy's, and you see the person sitting at the cosmetic counter, you don't look at them as a trained professional, other than that just happened to be the job you picked or they picked for you. Is that how that work, or you're saying that they
are very professional they do. She knows more about skin than some doctors, I swear.
Yeah. Well, okay. So when they come to us, they tell us, okay, let's see. So like my doctor, I had carcinoma on my side of my knee just recently. I had skin cancer.
Okay.
Okay. So thank God it's going to be okay. He sends his mom to Macy's or to Nordstrom's and say, go find a product that's recommended for your skin. Because he says to me, I just tell my mom to go to the drugstore and go get some cleanser. And the mom tells him, God, my skin's drying out. It's not really working. Okay, well, go to them and they can find something that's recommended for you, mom, for your skin. That's what I'm saying. So because we understand products. So when I was talking to my doctor at the office while he's here looking at my skin, we're kind of talking kind of like the same lingo. You know what I mean? It's like he knew what I was talking about. I knew what he was talking about. But beyond surgery, I don't know what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different ball game. So when somebody comes in and tells us, I got this mole and it's changing and it hasn't gone away, you need to go see somebody. You know what I mean? We're not here for that. We're here to help you if you're oily, you got blackheads, you got some pimples, you got age spots, you got sunspots, things like that on the surface.
They're beauty advisors.
Right. But when you got something is changing, it's bleeding, it's under your skin, it's not going away, you need to go see somebody.
No.
That's what we tell them. You need to go see somebody. That is something that we don't do. We're here to help you, or sometimes we actually have customers that come in and have a note from their doctor saying, my doctor told me I should get this, or my doctor says, do you carry this still? Because some of them do use those products and they understand that company products. And they also carry products. A lot of dermatologists carry products. A lot of people that they get their plastic surgeries and things like that. They carry products too, at the doctor's office. Yeah. So
no, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's different because it's no different in your doctor giving you a prescription to go to a pharmacy to get the same a product, or it's over the counter. We would consider that over the counter, but instead of going to a drugstore, you can go to Macy's or whatever. But knowing now, because you're saying it, that the person behind the counter at Macy's, at Nordstrom, or wherever I'm going, is trained to understand enough about the protection and the skin that they're giving you a good product. They're not just selling a product. They're telling you this is the best. For what I'm understanding, this is the best for you. So that's good.
Right.
So I guess a question would be, you being in California, we're talking June, and I did check it out. And June is Cancer Survivor Month. So National Cancer Survivor Month. So anyone who has had cancer and survived it, June is being recognized, and I can raise my hand too. So for all of those who have survived, or who have survived cancer, been through it. And this is June is National Cancer Survival Month. So how important is sunscreen in a daily routine?
Very important.
Yeah.
Very important. No matter what skin color we are, everybody burns. Everybody burns. You know, like Walt, your scalp's showing. If you were out in the sun, it can get sunburned. You know what I'm saying? This right here, he got sunburned. We went to Knott's Berry Farm, and I told him to
work outside as well. I'm a valet supervisor at our local casino here, and I'm out in the sun all day long.
But he's got skin showing. See all the age spots and sun. He's showing. You know what I mean? That's over time. Eventually, can it happen? Sure. You know, he needs to be putting sunblock up there. And if he's going to be out there, then put a hat on or whatever he wears at the valet.
She buys me this 50.
That was going to be my next question. So what is the best? I know they come in like a 15 and a 50 and I guess it's what's the S. What is
SPF.
it? SPS. Yeah, SPF. Yeah. So what is the best what you're recommending, or what would you recommend for?
They've got them all the way to 100. I've worn 100. I say a 30 to a 50 myself. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start perspiring, you better have it with you to reapply. Because it goes away.
Or if you go in the pool.
You got to reapply again. And that's the point. When I was and they say this in our classes, if you're not going to reapply, if I put this on right now, I got face makeup on too. And I go outside and start running around doing things. And this T-zone here starts separating, the makeup separating. Now the sun can hit it now. You got to keep reapplying. So makeup technically is good for us because it's another shield. But if you don't wear makeup, try to use an SPF on your face. Try to have something. You know, that's what I tell people. If you're not going to use anything, get an SPF.
Yeah, the normal is between 30 and 50.
Yeah, but they have them to 100. Some people, I just feel
very fair skin.
But that's my opinion. You know what I mean? I asked my doctor. I just saw him like a week ago, and he goes, this is fine. If my doctor tells me that, then I'm good. I'm happy. You know.
I got you. So down there, I've seen some regular body lotion that says it has SPF in it. Would you do that, or would you have your own just two separate body lotion and?
Good question.
Yeah.
Good question. I like face for face, body for body.
Okay. I got you.
I do.
And that's that everything that's exposed. So the hands, the arms.
Everything.
Legs if you're wearing shorts.
Yep.
I got you.
I take this and I go like this all the time.
Right.
I keep it with me. Now, let me give you something else. When I found out with my knee, he says most women get the carcinoma from the knee on down because they're always showing they're getting in out of the car, they're going to places, and I wore sunblock. That's how the sun is so potent to our body, to our skin.
Right.
It's strong.
Yeah. So even with it on, it's still no guarantee. I mean, because the sun is strong. So having it gives you a layer of protection, but it's definitely if you need to cover up, you should cover up. You know, if it's a way that you can possibly cover up, you know, wear a nice light jacket or something like that, and you know the sun exposure. And it doesn't. I guess, and I'm gonna ask you too. It doesn't matter if it's the winter time or the summertime. Is it
12 months a year?
Yeah, 12 months a year. So that's, I think, is another myth where a lot of people might get it during the summer, because even in the drugstores, it's promoted more in the summertime than it is in the wintertime. You don't see sunscreen that much, you know, in the wintertime, but you see it a lot in the summertime.
Well, now that you said that, we went to Walmart. What's the big display in the middle of Walmart? Sun protection. Sun protection. But once it's wintertime and fall time,
that comes
it's
down.
The holiday items. You know what I mean? But we just don't get sunburn. sun's still there. It hasn't gone away. It's still there. So we believe in 12 months a year. But right now, I was working at Macy's last week, and what did we get from Shiseido? Bunch of sunblock, face block, sunblock with moisturizer. And that's another thing. Try to always get, I feel that you should always try to get a moisturizer with an SPF. For example, this is Oil Olay. It's got niacinamide, which has moisture to it, but it doesn't have an SPF. So I need to, if I put this on, I got to have this on top of it.
So you have to layer it.
Right. Or use a Clinique. You know what I mean? Something that has an SPF. So I use this at night, but I won't use this during the day. During the day, I'm still going to use a moisturizer. Clinique SPF 15. This. And I have this.
Gotcha.
And
So,
then I wear my makeup.
so I'm taking it as a recommendation, but do you have a brand name that you would, and not that you're pushing any one brand,
No, I'm just.
but I'm looking at the question here. This came from Sharon Jackson. She's down there. She said, getting ready to travel to Jamaica. Don't wear makeup. What type of sunscreen would you recommend? So that's a question coming from the chat. So
Okay, so I work at a department store, so I would say Shiseido. But some people say Shiseido, that's an expensive item. You know, I mean, a product. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Amazon. This is exceptional. Australian Gold Botanical 50 tinted face makeup. It's great for all skin types.
And we got that on Amazon.
And I got this on Amazon. It's wonderful, wonderful. But they do carry. I don't like oily sunscreen on my face. I don't like it to smell like sunscreen.
Some of the cheaper ones they run.
I don't like it. So I like Australian Gold. I like to go to the department stores. I like Shiseido sunscreen. I also like Clinique, but I sell that, and I know they work. That
right,
I feel like I've always done well with them. But you can also go to Walmart, and they do have a lot of good. I think there's one called Beach Bum. They have great products too, that a lot of people recommend.
So, Walt, I got a question for you down there.
Sure.
Since you're a golfer, and I know you play, I mean, I play a little bit too with you. Do you wear your sunscreen when you go out, or?
I probably not as much as I should. As a matter of fact, I don't even wear a hat as much as I should. But I am more mindful of that when I get out, and I'm like, okay, I need to put a hat on, I need to put some sunscreen on. I like the sports stuff because it doesn't run and burn. I think Greg just mentioned running. Yeah. Right. So that's my thing. The irony is I have melanin in my skin. I've been told I was vitamin D deficient at times, you know, which is like, as much as I'm out in the sun, you would think that at least the last thing I would have to worry about is vitamin D. But even with that, you know, sometimes there was a point where, you know, I had to take vitamin D every day to make sure that my vitamin D levels were good.
Right here. She
I
takes
have
it every day.
Yeah. So the question I have for you is, we know what we're doing for the outside, but from the inside out, how do sleep, water, and eat, sleep, hydration, and affect your, you know, your skin, and just the level of stress and everything? You know, like a lot of people don't stay hydrated enough. That, I think that plays a part. Or does that play a part? You're the professional. Does that play a part?
You have to drink a lot of water because it keeps you hydrated, right? Okay. Alcohol dehydrates us.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It takes a lot of the moisture away. So you need to put that back. A lot of times, you know, that we always say, have a glass of water and have an alcohol. You know, I mean, that's what I've always been told by bartenders and things like that, because it keeps you hydrated and it helps you not getting sick. And it.
There we go. You got
I'm just saying.
It's true. It's so true. And so I know that's one thing. And then the other thing, not enough sleep is very bad for our immune system.
Yes.
It ages us. It makes us depressed. Well, talking about that. So I went to see the doctor because I had a lot of ringing in my ear. This just happened recently. I just saw my doctor. And he said, are you stressing? are you okay? And I go, I'm fine. I just got this ringing in my ear. He goes, are you sleeping? Because sometimes I hear everything at night. I can go to bed and I can hear the dog waking up. I can hear she needs water. So I'm always up. And he said, if we don't get enough sleep, our immune system goes down. And I'm happy you mentioned that. So it's true. Water is important. When you go into the doctor's office, and my blood pressure may go up a little high because I have thyroid problem. First thing they say, do you need some water? They want to bring it down. They want to hydrate you. They want to get things moving. Okay. So that is a true fact. Immune system, water, less alcohol. If you're going to have an alcohol, try to have water. And these are the things that I've been told from professionals.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So you take care of the outside, but you also got to take care in here.
Right. Because there's nothing that an esthetician or dermatologist can do, or you make their job much tougher if you don't take care of the basics. I mean, right. So you got to take care of the basics. I mean, there's no quick fix. And water, just drinking water regularly, it's an amazing thing about how, because your body is made up of mostly
water.
Mostly water, yeah.
Right.
So you got to put it back. Yeah.
You got to put it back. And by the time you're thirsty, you're probably already dehydrated.
Well, it's too late. Yeah.
That's the thing. Well, it's not too late. You still have to do it. But
I'm just saying, if you're thirsty, you've already passed that point.
Already passed that point.
You should have already done it.
You need to hydrate and hydrate.
And it's another thing's interesting. Everybody says different things, like I've got I've seen different doctors in my life because I moved in different places. I lived in LA, I lived in San Bernardino, and I live in Central Coast. Some doctors said, Cindy, do you drink a glass of water when you wake up? Because it's supposed to move your organs. I mean, you hear, and I try to remember these things that I had been told throughout my life, because this doctor said this person said that, and you read it in books. Drink a glass of water in the morning. Drink a glass of water with lemon. Some people say, I hate water. Put some cucumbers in it. To make it flavor. There's a reason for it. Water is a reason. If you're dehydrated, you're going to pass out.
Yes.
So you got to get it inside you, especially when you're going to Jamaica.
And that's a different type of heat. That's a different type of sun. It's like going to Vegas. Same thing. It's just like you think that you're okay, but you can get burned easily and dehydrated easily.
We love going to Vegas as well.
That's right.
We sit out by the pool, and I burnt my my feet one time because we were just didn't cover them up.
Right.
Sitting out in the sun, I started to blister.
Right. Wow.
He forgot his feet. Remember you were saying about
head to toe.
So he forgot his head, forgot his feet, but everything else was fine. Well, Jesus, he was like walking like this, like he hurt so bad.
I can imagine.
This is the whole body.
And like I say, one of the biggest myths not there is just like you said, especially with skin tone. Like I'm an African American. My skin tone is dark side of king, but you'll burn just like anyone else. So don't ever fool that. And covering up and a lot of times is you didn't plan on exposing your feet. You went down with shoes on. You might have went down with socks on, and then once you took that off, it's like I totally forgot to put. I took this off. I should put something on.
Yeah.
And you just don't do it. You really don't do it. And so I don't like and it's more for kids, I think. But the ones that go on like blue or whatever. So you put this sunscreen on as blue. And I guess so you see what parts you didn't miss. But
I never heard of that one.
But then your kids walking around looking like a Smurf. And I'm like this is wrong. So yeah, but it's more so you can actually see that you didn't miss anything. So it actually goes on, and then as it warms up or whatever, it changes back to normal.
Right.
But it is the actual blue tint to it, so you can see what you did if you missed anything. So that's
right.
Yeah, but you do look like a little Smurf.
And then the other thing I remember, when back in the 90s when I worked in cosmetics, a lot of moisturizers didn't have SPF. And if they did, there were no more than an 8. So they really couldn't say they had an SPF. Now they can say it when they got a 15, some come in 30, or higher.
Right.
And I think it's because, I'm from the day I went to the tanning bed, everybody wanted a beautiful, golden tan.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? We're paying for it today. And
Mm-hmm.
and that's what I found out, that they said when a child gets sunburned 5 years old, it affects them when we get older.
Right.
So that's a damage. They may not show what happened then, but as we get older, that's when all the skin damage starts to show.
You get the sunspots,
age spots, and then maybe skin cancer. I mean, that's what my doctor asked me. Did you go to tan beds when you were young? Did you ever get a bad sunburn? I mean, he asked me all these questions, and a lot of them I said yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not saying it made it happen, but he wanted to know my background. He wanted to know what happened to me in the past. And I listened to that. And when the reason I'm saying this, that when I've done product training, those are the things they mentioned. Things that happened in the past when we got sunburned. Things that we were in the tanning bed. It doesn't happen today. It's tomorrow.
Right.
We age tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where our sunspot is tomorrow.
Yeah, the things we're going through today, pretty much our 20s and 30s.
You start to pay for it.
Right. It's time to pay the piper.
So that's why that's why I said that, because I'm like, oh my God, everything he said to me is like, that's what I've been told when I went to my classes, and I still got to take training. We have iPads now. We got to learn about the products, and they tell us why the product and the reason why, because things change.
Right.
Because when people come up, I got to have an answer to those products. And some of them are exactly what we're talking about.
So now, how often do you have to take the training? Once you,
we're supposed to every month. Every month we have new products come out, new events come out, what's happening. And our bosses come up saying, Cindy, did you do your training on your iPad? I wasn't here yesterday, but I will do it today. So they know the hours that we take. They know what we watched. They know, because our numbers say it on the pads.
They want them all informed.
Let me ask you this, and you may or may not know the answer. To bring a beauty product to market, I mean, I know like pharmaceuticals is crazy, that the money, the time is crazy, but is it the same for beauty products? Or, I mean, then you see the beauty products and then they'll say, this has not been tested by the FDA, yada, yada, yada. You have to put the disclaimer on there. But like, if you say, because I have a friend who has hair care products, and he, I just remember him going through that process. Explain, Cindy and Greg want to put out a skin cream. How does that work?
Well, we're supposed to go find somebody to know what they're, like a chemist. We're supposed to.
Okay.
We're supposed to. But there's some things people go online, and it's called your own brand with your own name on it. I don't know who they are putting it together. You know what I mean?
Right.
So when I sold products, they're supposed to have chemists at their laboratories. Right. So when I went to Aveda, or, I went to other hair care company and saw the laboratory, they've got them back there mixing things together. But I don't know if you go online and somebody says that they can formulate something for you, and these are your own. I don't know.
Yeah, if you were going to start a new line, you would have to get it.
You got to get somebody that knows what they're doing.
Right.
Now,
but now put that on there if you don't.
But
know.
you're saying that that would be the responsible thing to do. But is it required for them to do it?
Right.
I'm sure it's required. Yes.
Okay.
If you're going to sell it over the counter,
right.
But that would be me.
Right.
Right.
That would be
me. Absolutely. I think that you have to be up and up in this world. You got to be up and up. You got to watch yourself.
Especially nowadays, everybody's suing everybody for every little thing.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. We owned a salon. We had to get licensed. You know what I mean? The girls had to have their establishment license. I mean, everybody have their hours. They better be a hairdresser with a license, or they can shut you down.
That's a great point, because I've got a few people with hair salons, and the folks who booth rent there's one thing, but if you come in to my salon, they want you to use their products because you fall under my license, so to speak. So there's a liability issue. So there's a lot to think about. You're right. So, and when you walk in to get service, I mean, I used to
Right.
have a big afro until I got a bad hairdresser, right? But you need to think about that, because that's
Yeah.
something that people don't usually the end user just wants to look better, feel better,
Right.
be seen as better, be seen as beautiful, whatever the case is. I mean, it's like it's for them. It's the sizzle. It's not the steak. It's the sizzle that sells, right?
Right.
And
Right.
yeah. So of the one marketing class I took, and I'll never forget this. The teacher asked. He says, "What does Revlon sell?" And everybody says, hair products, beauty products. And he says, "No, Revlon sells hope." And that just stuck with me, because you're not going in there. You're hopeful that this thing will work to give you
Right.
this image that you want to get, and that's what it is. So the marketing into that, and this your part, Cindy. The marketing into that is basically about brand loyalty, selling the product, and making people feel like, if I get this thing, I'm going to be like back in the day. Who was it? One of the supermodels is like, everybody want to look like her
Like
because she
Cheryl
used this product.
Keys or
Right,
or your
right,
principal,
right,
or Christine Brinkley. And
right,
then, well, they are the image, right?
right.
Everyone,
Right.
oh my God, I want to have her body. Oh my God, I want to have her hair. Oh my God, I want to be like her. But there's only one thing. When you go into a salon, they're like, I can't make your hair look like that. You don't have
Right,
hair, or you're fine
right,
hair, or you don't have thick hair. And it's like, people get upset.
right,
I'm being really nice,
right.
or
They want that look, and if they get it, they're not going to be happy.
they're like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I can't give this to you, but I can do this. I can
Right.
give you volume. I can give you some kind that would be kind of like that, but I can't fix it exactly that. And, a lot of times hairdressers like, I can't do her hair like that. She's got fine hair, or I can't do that. She's got really thick curly hair, or, I mean, it's the truth. And when people come to me on makeup, there's different people that do come up. Some people want it all. They want a glamour look, want a natural look. They want a no makeup look, but they still want something. Or they'll just come in and say, you know what? My skin's red. It's not working right. It's dehydrated. It's got a lot of sunspots. What can I do to get it just looking right and a very minimal makeup? And that's what we try to do, to give them that and have them walk out and be happy.
Right.
And
So go ahead. I'm sorry. Well,
no, I'm
Greg,
saying you still have to have it on the inside. You still on the inside. You have to be. I mean, beauty is skin deep, right? There's several
Yes,
songs
it
about
is.
that. Yeah. So I mean, no matter how much you make a person up, if you're not happy with who you are, in my opinion, your confidence comes from within. You still have to love yourself. And comparison is the worst part. And especially in the social media age, we compare ourselves to other people.
Right.
And the things that we had to go through as individuals to get to this world, God made us unique.
Exactly.
So your uniqueness is that's your brand. I mean, that's your angle. That's the part that nobody else has. And if you can play on that, you'll do well. That's my opinion.
No,
my
you're
opinion.
right.
Yeah.
You're right. And I just want to make people happy. You know what I'm saying? I just, I still get hairdressers today that will call me and ask me questions. I'm like, I don't do that anymore. I don't work in the hair business, but that makes me feel good. Or they'll come into Macy's and like, you're ever going to come back? Or you ever going to do that? Because they believed in me. I when I went to see my customers and people, I was very honest with them. I always got back with them. I love what I do. I love the beauty industry, no matter if it's hair, makeup, skincare. I mean, even my doctor said, you do love it. I go, I do, because when people come and see me, I want them to walk out being happy.
Right.
No matter what they want. It doesn't matter if they just want a lipstick. I want them to go out and say, thank you. And I've gotten a lot of thank yous. A lot of things. And that to me is the best thing in the world, because they feel good about themselves. I find people don't feel good about themselves. You know, they're saying, you know, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know that. Well, you know, what's wrong? What's happening? My eyebrows are doing this, and you know, I just feel like I can't wear a lot of the colors anymore, and you know, I can't see my eyebrows. I can't put the pencil on anymore. Well, let's find out and see how we can make you go home and you can do this. Well, let's get a brow gel. What do you mean a brow gel? Well, you got gray hair. Your hair is gray. Let's get the brow gel with some color to it as close as we can. And if you can't see to put your eyebrow pencil, let's get the brow gel and comb it through and give some enhancement to it to have some color. Do you know something like that can make somebody feel so much better?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, age in itself, when you start seeing the gray come in and things like that, you start, you know, you start feeling a certain way. You know, it's you know, you start fooling yourself. Like, I'm not older, I'm just wiser, because it's wisdom. It's wisdom coming in. It's not age, you know, but at the same time, you know, but to make a change, like people say you can put color in your hair and this and that. I think that changes me. It's me changing. It's you know, my body is going through its natural changes, and these are the things that's going to happen. So for me to try to go back and try to be anything else other than letting it naturally go through, you know, and do it, do what it's going to do. I'm still happy to still have hair on my head. So I'm sorry, Walt. I mean,
it's overrated. It's overrated. Hey, man. 9 out of 10 women prefer head over hair anyway. So,
I got you. That's it. But go ahead.
That's something. I use Naoxin shampoo and conditioner because my hair was shedding. I have some spots that I noticed. It happens to me too, but I just cover it and, you know, get some items that I feel that's going to help control the shedding. But if I have alopecia or something beyond that, that's something totally different.
That's a totally different thing.
Go see,
yes.
You know? So yes, try this. But if it's not going away, then I need to go to the next level and say, is it my thyroid? Is it alopecia? You know, what's happening to me? I have to see people too. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I'm aging. You know, I'm 64 years old. I'm going to be 65 in August. You know, I have a floater in one eye. You know, my eyesight's not as good as it used to be. I wear contacts. I noticed my hair shedding. I noticed I'm not as thick up in there anymore. So I got to change it a little bit. I got to put a little bit of different hair color and may continue on. You know, I don't know what's going to happen, but if it starts shedding where I'm losing a ton of hair, I got to go see somebody.
Right.
And what you just made, that comment you made right there too, is important, and want to share that with those who may be in the chat and watching this later, is you have to examine yourself. You got to start seeing those differences and seeing where did that spot come from? Where did this, you know, because I mean, if you just act like it's not there, it doesn't just go away. So if you notice, you know, go ahead. No, Greg, what you say?
He said when
if you can catch it early.
Oh yeah,
there's more you can do about it.
Right. And now, so Greg, I know that Cindy said that you were also in the industry. So were you behind the counter selling cosmetics as well?
No, we actually went from salon to salon and sold shampoo, conditioners, styling products. Cindy was my go-to person. She knew everything about every product she sold, including hair color and everything. I was the tool guy. That's what they thought of me. Because to me, that was more interesting. Their curling irons, their flat irons, their clippers. I could take them apart, put them back together. You know, they didn't work for them, and we fixed them for them as much as we could. And if you just have to tell them it's dead, you have to buy a new one. You know.
Right.
Well, remember, men like remote controls.
That's it.
So when the educators would come in, because that's another thing. We had to go to sales meetings once a month. We had to learn all these products. We were there from 8 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock at night.
Wow.
And then, you know, and then each representative will come up and show us the latest thing, the new thing, you know, and when they showed the styling and the cutting, that's when they got the hairdressers, or if they're going to show a facial, that's when they got the license, you know, and then they have people that are product knowledge, you know what I mean? So they're talking about it. This person's cutting and they're showing what the product can do, what the tool can do. So they would say, all right, guys, here's another tool for you guys to go sell. Because we always like the hair care. They're like, give me another tool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Because men they like technology, you know.
Absolutely.
Also, I did very well with the math. So if you buy
That's
one, this is the price. If you buy 5, this is the
There you
price.
go.
If you buy 50,
Mm-hmm.
this is the price. And when you go into a beauty supply that can,
Oh,
you know, put through, you know,
Yes.
50 in a month, it's
Mhm.
worth it for them to buy the 50 at one time rather than
Right.
buying individually.
Right.
So they make more money.
So in your history, for us, both of y'all, do you feel now with technology and a lot of stuff being ordered online, do you think that it's different now that I can go to Amazon? I don't need to go to the box store anymore. Is it that much different? Because you lose that knowledge of you being behind the counter explaining all of this to me when I go online and click a button. I don't get that. So,
right.
yeah.
I've had some hairdressers tell me at the store, they go, God, we don't see a rep anymore. We don't see people coming anymore. But I always saw Amazon, like if you can't find something, a lot of times Amazon would still have the inventory until there was like no more. But they've always said, go see your professionals. They know your hair. They know what to recommend. So think of it that way. You know, when a hairdresser is I love hairdressers. So when they're cutting your hair, they know what color they're using on you. They feel your hair, they feel your texture, and they kind of know
How to make it last longer
and what products to recommend. A lot of times when we go, okay, let's pretend I wasn't a sales rep or anything, and I'm going to the store. I'm buying that shampoo. Okay, that didn't work. That goes underneath the drawer. Okay, I'm going to go try that shampoo. Okay, well, that didn't work. That goes under the drawer. And like my mom, I love my mom, but she had like 9 shampoos underneath the sink. You know what I mean? Mom, I can tell you what you probably need. But that's what people do. They're trying all these products. Well, ask your hairdresser. They're the ones cutting your hair.
And if it doesn't work, they'll refund your money and
or exchange it for something else. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of that is marketing, you know, how it's marketed to the public.
Yes.
And and a lot of that is just marketing. So it's like the commercial that catches your eye. That's what I'm going to try. That's what I'm going to do. You know,
they don't even have to catch your eye. It's just it got a commercial. They got to know what they're doing. They got a commercial.
And then here's the thing, especially on social media, because now you, just like you, Big Jack, just like you, Cindy and Greg, you can reach more people with social media, right? I mean, people that you can't go get a commercial. It's too much, but you can reach thousands of people with social media.
You can.
So your reputation is everything, and how you market things is everything. And then, you know, and then likes and clicks and views. I mean, because the more views you have, that basically legitimizes you, and you could know nothing.
Right.
You know, a person could know nothing, but they just happen to get clicks and views, and people look at it like, oh man, they must know what they're doing, you know.
And they're paying you big money to do that. I mean, you know, you could be a more of an influencer just in product sales, you know, just, you know, here, I want you to promote this product, and, you know, the TikTok shop, and Facebook got the store and this and that. So the more you put it out there and the more you're willing to hype up your video to get more people to buy it and this and that, we'll give you 25 cents on every bottle you sell. And you know, so like, hey, it's my job just to sell that product. It's not saying that it's a good product. I might not ever use the product, but it's I'm just selling the product.
Cindy gets approached quite a few times to do things like that.
Right.
But what Cindy does is Cindy doesn't accept any money, and she only tells them that she's going to do an honest review.
Okay.
Like it or don't. If you want to send me your product, I'll try it, but I'm going to give an honest review of what I think about it.
And there's some if I don't really know who they are, I'm just not real. Because you know, I'm afraid, because you can put one thing on your skin and it can get a reaction.
Yes.
You know, it's happened to me. You know, I mean, I've used really good items on my face, and right here on this side got a reaction. I still get a little bit today just from that one time. So I got to watch myself. You know, I just don't want to try everything.
She turns a lot of
You know, if I don't really know the backup and where it's from, I don't really, especially with skincare and makeup, I'm very leery. I have to know a lot about it. So that's probably why I still get things where I work.
Yeah, and
I know.
Even with that though, I mean, you think the skin is an organ, so it's you know, it's an actual organ.
The largest organ in the body.
And the fact that it's the ingredients in whatever they're putting on your skin, you could have a peanut allergy, and all of a sudden this has peanuts in it or whatever, and and you find yourself, you know, having a reaction based off of, you know, whatever your allergy is.
Yeah.
Shellfish and all these different things that could be in there. And you just have to really read the label. I think a lot we don't. And that was a question I was going to ask, because I'm thinking more of, you know, I'm a young person. I'm a teenager, young adult. It's easier just to go into the Walmarts and those smaller stores, the dollar store. They got, you know, and get something off of those shelves. But is it okay? Is it safe, or what would you say?
Okay, first of all, as long as they're a closed package, I feel like they're okay, because I got things at the Dollar Tree. Okay. But I buy things that I heard of, you know, like oh my God, they got Maybelline eyeshadow. But then I flip it and see the expiration dates, because I don't know, you know, if the expiration date's like 3-4 years ago. So I kind of look at that. So I kind of look to see if it's a name. But I buy like the little sheet face mask. But I don't really know too much about the brands, you know what I mean? Like some of the things. Skincare, I'm really funny about. Skincare, I very loyal to what I use. But if it's a contour stick or blush, I'm not too worried about it. No open packaging. I don't do open packaging. Sealed, the name. I look at expiration dates. And if I feel like something is just not right, I won't buy it.
Right.
I won't buy it. Yeah. It's got to be, because this is how I see things. Because if somebody does buy things at the Dollar Tree and they never had a problem, then continue on. I'm not like that. You have to buy the $100 moisturizer and don't buy the $3 moisturizer. I don't do that. That's not what I do. Because I don't feel like that would be professional, and it's not right. I always tell everybody that when I do my makeup on my videos, these are the things that I've been doing from day one when I started in cosmetics, and the things that I've learned, or the things that I've learned in my skincare. So to me, when I'm sharing that to people, it's testimonial. Okay. So when people have asked me that, do you think a Dollar Tree is okay? I'm not here to tell you not to. That's not for me to say. But as long as you know that you feel comfortable and that package is closed, check the expiration dates. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I don't want them to go get something that's been open. You know what I mean? Right. You know, but I be honest with you, the only thing I bought at the Dollar Tree is like face sheet mask, but I haven't bought any cleansers. Body cleansers, I don't really worry about. But anything on my face, I really watch what I do, because something triggers it. I'm going to be at the doctor's office. You know what I'm saying? So just kind of watch what you buy. That's my best thing.
Question. We talked about SPF sunscreen. Help me out if you can with lotion. You know, just body lotion. I mean, you know, some people get ashy, some people don't. But you know, just body lotion. What are you looking for in a body lotion? Because some people will say it doesn't allow your skin to breathe. Some people will say, you know, I mean, every opinion out there, someone will have an opinion about every position out there, rather. So what is your position on just regular body lotion, not facial stuff, but just, you know,
just go to the store and get a body lotion?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I like emollients, like a cream.
Okay.
I feel like emollients have more conditioning benefits than a lotion. Okay. So I feel like it conditions the skin a little bit more. It gives a little more give to it. Lotions are a little bit lighter weight. So that's why when you pour it out, it's like a lotion. But some people that are really dry, it's not enough for them. You know, they feel like, God, it's like I put it on and an hour later, it's gone. Well, and now you need more of a heavier cream. I like creams. because I feel like it really softens the skin, it conditions the skin, it
Mhm.
moisturizes the skin. And then some people say, I can't use fragrance. We'll get a fragrance-free lotion or a
Right.
fragrance-free body cream. The body creams will cost a little bit more, but it depends how dry you are. So
Mhm.
if you're using a lotion and it didn't dry enough, then you buy another lotion, but that didn't dry enough. What your skin's telling you, it's not enough. I want more. Now you need to start looking at body butters and creams and an emollient.
Mhm.
So when people
Mhm.
come up to me, that's what I start going, okay, maybe we need to go here now. Oh, okay. Your skin's telling you something. It's telling you it's really dry. It's telling you that it's not working enough. And that's why a lot of people, when they go to the fragrance bar, they have body lotions, they got body creams. Well, why is the body cream so much more? Because it's got more essential oils in it. It's got more fragrance in it. It's more conditioning. This one is not as much.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
I feel like body creams are a little bit more conditioning to the skin, like a moisture mask. If you use just a regular conditioner, it's lightweight. It's more like water, more of a lotion. Okay, but my hair is still dry. Well, now you need a protein. You need, okay, now let's find out what your hair is. Is it dehydrated? Is it breaking? Is it brittle? Is it chemically treated? Now you got your protein packs. Now you got your moisture packs. Now that's more intense.
And I know what I'm sorry, Walt, but I know we said
Mhm.
that everyone is different. So that advice you give to one might be totally different for someone else that walks in. So I guess it's like you say, you're studying with each person. So each person, as you come in, you want to talk to them and find out what their problem, not say problem, but what the concern is right now, and how can we fix it for them. Because I think a lot of times we put it in a general, it's so generalized that it's like, this is the best, lotion for a person over 50 years old, and this is the best lotion for a young child or whatever. And it's just like, it's yes. So I got it now. I'm getting a much better understanding. So I want to go ahead and ask you a question.
So here's the third rail for from the man section of the show. Third rail for men. And 10 years ago it was really the third rail, but now guys are getting more hip, more open. Talking about foot care for men, especially for men, rather.
Okay, so foot care is easy because you can do it, right? So I have this called it's in my refrigerator. It's in my shower. They're called little Skittles or Scubbies. Little Scubbies. They're sold at Walmart. So one side's got a. Can you go get it, Greg?
Yeah.
I'll show them. So I was trying to find these because I used to use them all the time. So one side's got the scrubbing pad. The other side's got a buffer. So I keep it in my shower. So I tell Grace get calluses because he wears tennis shoes and men wear shoes, and a lot of times they don't moisturize. You guys have softer feet because you wear socks, but you still get your calluses and things like that.
Right.
So but you got to be careful when you use it because you don't want to slip and fall. So it's sold at Walmart. It looks like a little green pack. You in the shower, your body's wet. No, not that one. It's the green. No, those are okay. It's the one sitting on by the soap.
I love it.
I was like, I got all these things.
I love it. I love it.
I was trying to find something easy.
Oh, I love it. Hey, look, matter of fact, I think it would only be right if you just let us really see Cindy's lifestyle. Take the camera into the shower and let us see the whole ass.
See the whole thing, yeah. Gotcha.
Let us see the whole thing.
That probably would have accomplished the mission right there.
Oh, man.
There we go.
Looks like when I watched the.
There we go.
Okay, almost like a loofah, almost. Is that right? Yeah.
Great, because you got the little scrub, and then you got the little polisher.
Okay.
So let me get my shoe off. So let's say I'm in the shower, right? I'm gonna put my foot up here. You got the scrub, you got it wet, you gotta get it right. Then you're gonna flip it over. You're gonna give yourself a little polish. You know what I mean? Because it kind of gives moisture to it. You do the same thing on top, right?
Right.
Okay, maybe you don't want to use this. Well, now we got these things.
Well, the gloves, yeah. I'm familiar with the gloves.
Yeah. Right? You got your soap in your hand.
Yeah.
Exfoliant, smoothing out those little elbows, removing all that dead skin cells. Because guess what? If I use my tanning lotion, self-tanning lotion, it's going to go real smooth.
And where do we get these? Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
That's
So,
what I'm
Greg,
saying. I buy things there, right? But guess what? When you remove
Mhm.
all that dead skin, I say now I'm doing my demos like I do at work. When you're using a scrub, all that skin you're removing, all that sheds, right?
Yeah.
Now you got smoother skin. Now your body creams can absorb better. Now your lotions can go better. They don't go better. They don't absorb better on dead skin. You gotta remove it. That's why, for an example, when people put self-tanning, oh my God, I got streaks and this area grabbed and this one doesn't show up. Well, you got to get all that dead skin off. Same thing with your feet. Get the little scrub, remove all those calluses. You know, some calluses are really bad, but once you remove them, now your lotions and your body creams can absorb so much better. So I gave you a little demonstration.
There you go. Hey,
so Greg, without throwing you under the bus, man, how many of these products have you stumbled across? Just say, hey, let me try this.
I try most of it.
Okay.
To be honest with you, she tells me you're going to use.
There you go. Smart man. Smart man.
I just did a video on him. I'm going to do a video. It's about peeling, you know, like an exfoliating peel. So when I talk about things, I tell people, okay, I don't know how my skin would look if I didn't use anything.
Right.
Okay, let's say I didn't use anything. I just washed my face and moisturized and walked out the door. I don't know how my skin would be. So
let's do it on her husband.
That's what I said in my video. Here's somebody that doesn't work. We did his face yesterday because I want them to see from honest, you know, from honest.
Right.
And then, so I did it myself in my video, and then I had him do it. And then tomorrow he's going to use a retinol, and then we're going to wait a day, and then the fourth day he's going to use a moisture mask.
So in 8 weeks, I'm going to be beautiful.
My man, my man.
So before and after.
Yeah, we're invested now. We got to wait and see how this is going to turn out. That's cool. That's cool. And you got to put a disclaimer down. No animal testing was used.
How did that go?
Yeah.
That's why
we always look for the little bunny on them. That means
the bunny. Okay.
There's a little bunny.
Okay.
All right.
So on the product. Okay.
So from this section of the class, explain the whole animal testing thing. How are animals used in actually testing these products?
You still hear today that they're not being, but at the time they used to use on their eyes. Which, and I'm an animal lover. I got dogs and birds and everything.
Right.
But you know, they were saying that they were using it their eyes to see how if it irritated with the eye makeup remover and and a lot of
you end up blinding the animals, and then
and I mean, you know, you hear things on YouTube. That's things happen out there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm hoping that it stops so that this company, they have a bunny saying
bunny on it. Okay. So is that simple about the eyes? I mean, I'm thinking because you just like all kind of crazy things go through your brain when you hear no animals were used in the testing of this product.
That's
and
what
I'm
I'm
like,
saying.
what are they doing to these animals? Yeah.
They say that, or they'll like take their skin and keep doing it, like putting something to see if it rashes. Okay, now does it flake? Does it bleed? Does it? And you hear these things. You know, you hear these things. Well, you know, it's. You know what?
Be the norm because we tested it on the animals, so it's okay for you.
Yeah,
I gotta be.
I don't agree with it, but that was before my time. You know what I'm saying? Now I hear people come up saying, "Well, I heard such and such still does it." As far as I know, they say they don't. You know, I'm not there. I'm not a. But you know, I never say never.
Right.
Because I'm that way. I don't know. I mean, you know, that's what they said.
We know,
you know
they're
what?
not supposed to anymore.
Right. That's all. Shampoos, they were, you know, they used to see how it burns the eyes and stuff, you know.
But when you buy things from overseas,
I don't know.
We don't know what kind of testing.
Right.
I don't know.
Clearly, the bird has an opinion on this whole situation. This whole
the
bird has.
That's right, Mom.
So I got a question now. If I walk in a Macy's and I ask for an application, so can I walk in off the street, get an application, and and work behind the cosmetic counter?
So a lot lot of times what they do, people come like during season time, if they've never had experience, and they'll say that they can do like they need people to do ringers. So while we're selling cosmetics and fragrance, they're going to ring up for us so we can go to the next customer. And if there's a position open and, you know, they were well liked, they really worked hard, everybody got along, you know, what do you think? Yeah, bring her on. Now, where's the position at? Is it in trans? Is it in lauder? Is it in clinique? You know, then they get started. Is it part-time, full-time? Yeah, I always say it never can happen. I mean, you know, people are like, I can't believe I work in cosmetics. Well, you happen to be there when there was an opening. You worked with everybody else, and then you got along with everybody. And some people try, and there's no position. They just happen to fall in at the wrong time. So I think back in the day, it was more like who you knew, you know, but now things have changed now. More people are more open to everybody now, and you're willing to work and to learn the products and get along with everybody and do your part and have fun. Courses. They still got to go the courses, but there's never saying that you can't. It's an opportunity. It's supposed to be an opportunity for everybody. And then I feel like if the position's not open and you do work somewhere else, and then a position open, they'll let you know. They'll say, you know, we got a position open here and there, then apply for it. Don't be afraid. If you want to work in cosmetics or, you know,
and there's as many guys as there are gals.
Working
behind the counters.
Yeah.
Now,
So
is the pay different? Do you get paid more for all the training and all you go through than a person who is just
sometimes experience?
If you move up to like a lead or something like that. A counter manager.
They'll get a little bit more because remember, they got to take care of that counter.
Right. Okay.
You know, well, to be honest, a lot of times if you work in a department, you get a raise because now you're working in a department. But, you know, it's everything. How many sales you get, you know, what you're doing hourly, you know, are you being good with customers? Are you getting
it's all about performance?
Performance, yeah. So, because they get their raises once a year.
So talk about the competitive nature of the beauty industry, the beauty product industry in general. I mean, I know beauty contest is just, I mean, how bad is it? Is it getting better than it was, or is it worse?
It's easier in a department store, but when we worked in outside sales, that's you're working against other people. You know, I mean, you're trying to get your products in there, and here comes Walt. He sees Cindy and Greg out there. Okay, he either wants to beat me before I get there. I want to show the next. Exactly. And then, or God, I heard that they got a new product. What have we got? You know, because I know they're going to be coming out because everybody goes to their sales meetings. Now they're out there to show it. And, you know, and most of all the same salons and accounts. So you're out there to beat me to the punch. You know what I mean? So we all got along, but money's money.
It was competitive.
You know, was the hardest one is outside sales, straight commission.
So you basically you eat what you kill, so to speak.
Yes.
So to your sales skills, a person who is a salesperson, how does that transfer to the beauty industry? Is it the same skill set, or is there something in addition that you need when you come to the beauty industry?
Customers come to me. I had to go to them. When I was in outside sales, right? Or go to a salon that I never went to. You know what I mean? It's like, can I get in there? Well, you know what? That's what you do for a living, Cindy. You got to get in there. You got to show your stuff. I had to learn that, not to be afraid to cold call to people I did not know. You know, and some of the big accounts, you can't even get through the receptionist. You can't even get to the back. Right. So I learned that part, you know, 21 years of that. I had it down. And then, of course, once I feel like I can get them in, I called my vendors and say, come and ride in my car. I need to close this account. So I had my ducks in a row all the time. You know, if I didn't sell, we didn't eat. We didn't buy a house. My daughter wasn't raised right. You know, she didn't have anything. So I had to sell 7 days a week, you know, calling my salons, showing them next deal. And also had all these other reps I had to work against. This is a little bit easier. They come into you. There's only one thing. I'm willing to walk up to somebody and say, how are you doing today? Oh, I'm doing good. You know, we've got some new things ahead. Some people don't walk up to you when you walk into the store, right? So that's
customer service.
Your lead, right? So you
Right.
come in and I say hello to you. And then I notice you got a phone in your hand. Oh, you're looking for anything special today? You're like, oh yeah, I do, looking for this, you know. So I kind of look at things. I'm probably talking too much, but I look to see what you're doing, you know.
Sure.
You, and a lot of men come with a phone in their hand because they're looking for this fragrance, you know, this cologne. And they're like, oh, thank you. And they're, you know, my wife wants this, or my girlfriend wants that. Oh, I want this. And no, we don't carry that, but I can check to see what notes it has and what kind of scents it has that would be compared to. No, they're sold on what they want. Men right now is colognes in the men industry is big time. It has changed. Men have photos of their colognes that they have at home as a collection, like like having cars. They name them. They've got them. They got them out. They got one of everything. I mean, they practically have a whole store in their house.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
It's big right now. It is more than us. You know what I'm saying? Men are really, and they'll stay there for an hour. And then they'll come in like a week before. Do you have the next? Did you get the new Valentino? Did you get this? Did you get that? It's big right now in the men's. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, $100 for a cologne is nothing.
Yeah, they're buying $300, $400, $500 cologne.
So now I'm gonna ask y'all this because I'm listening to you saying the inside and the outside and being out as a rep. How different is this than the people that did Avon and Mary Kay?
Okay,
you know, those reps.
Oh man, that's a great question.
So that's a real good question. That's more like different, like more like I kind of call it like multi-level marketing. They have to have a product to have the company. You know what I mean? You got a product, and they do perform. I've tried Avon. I use Mary Kay. You know what I mean? I actually am a consultant. I don't sell it. I use it for personal use. I like it because they've got a 0.5 retinol that I like to use, that I was saying at the moment that he's going to use, because I feel it's helped my skin on de-aging, prevents, repairs. I cannot use a Retin-A. I used to use Retin-A when I was young, and I had a lot of issues with it. So I like retinol, but I like their 0.5 retinol because it's something that you can use over the counter. It's not a prescription. If I need something higher, I got to go see somebody. My skin has felt so much better, and I like it. So I buy it for personal reason. I love it. So, you know, I love a lot of products, but I do love this. You know what I mean? I believe in it for myself because it works for me. Okay. I saw a difference. So, but there's a lot of women make really good money, you know, in Avon and Mary Kay and Jafra. They're just as good as everybody else. They're professional. They work hard. They got their laboratories. They got their people that put things together just like anybody else, except it's a different marketing. But I respect them. I have nothing to say about the companies. I always learned in the business that never bring down other companies. It's just not professional, because you never knew if you were going to work for them. And that always stuck in my mind.
You could be selling it next week, and why are you trying to sell it to me if it was so bad last week?
So I always learned that. And there's a lot of good products in Avon and Mary Kay, because I've used them too. I have nothing bad to say. But some people like to go to, and some people only like to go to the drugstores, or they like to go to Walmart. Some people like to come to see a beauty advisor, you know, at a department store. And some people like to buy it from them. So I think there's something out there for all of us. Is what direction you want to go to. Some people say, you know, I was going to the store a lot, but I just didn't find anything. And I've got a ton of, like I said, a bunch of moisturizers. Now they come to the beauty advisor, and then we kind of, now this is how I do it. You tell me what you have at home. Well, I have a cleanser. Okay, we're not going to sell you a cleanser because you already have a cleanser. Are you happy with it? Yes. Let's just find out where you're at and see what you need, because I want you to be happy. I'm not here for you to buy. Okay, you need this and you need that and you need this and you need that, because you may already have it.
Right.
So let's just find out what's the problem is. Where do you want to go from here? This is what I want. Okay, so let's just do that. That's all you need. And I'm big on gift with purchase. You know, when you find a product you like and they have the Clinique gift with purchase, that's a great way to try a product. And I say that in my videos. You know, you buy something you need, now you get to try the rest of the product. If you're already that user, okay, that's a great to say thank you back to you to get some items. I have a lot of product in my drawer from gifts with purchase. Gives me a chance to try it, gives me a chance to say if I don't like it. And those are things I use when I do my videos. I'm really big on it because it's called a thank you back. You buy this much, we give you a gift. If I don't need anything, I don't buy anything. But if I do need something, I'll get something. And then I share that with all of you. But I honestly, I feel when you talk to somebody, I feel we're knowledge enough to know that what you need, unless it doesn't work. If you tried, come in, I tried that. Okay, I tried that. I tried that. Okay, so you tried it all. I don't know what to do. You know, I don't know. You know, I mean, and then some people are like, no, this one did work. I'm going to stay with this. You know, great. We found something that works for you. So I respect all lines. I respect drugstore lines, because again, it's for the consumer. It's where they want to go. There's only one thing. You don't get to try the products. You know, at least with the counter, you get to come up and you can see what it feels like, what it smells like.
They used to put testers out, but people used to take the testers. So
Yeah.
Sure.
So at least I like that. And I like color matching on makeup, because then you can see what the color is. I always say that when you go into a drugstore, they may not have testers, and people go, okay, this is too dark. So they go back to exchange it. Well, now it's too light. If you get yourself color matched, then you get the right makeup.
You know what tone
you can see it. Do you like that color? Yeah.
Right.
Okay, are you going to go now it's summertime. You may go up a shade because now you're tanning. You may be out in the sun more often. You know, are you a male lady? Do you play golf? So here comes the questions to know you get the right. Now it's fall. Okay, well, it's too dark. Well, summer's over. Now you need to work down and to get a shade lighter.
Good question came up in the chat, and I'm looking. Is there an expiration date on makeup or in perfume? So
good question. So a lot of times the makeup may say 12 months after it's open. Sometimes it can say in the back. So every product's got a shelf life, but once it's open, the shelf life disappears, right? So some say 6 months, some say 12 months on skincare and makeup. The other thing is they never used to do that. They do that now because
people were using bad
people
product.
were using. I mean, I had a customer one time said she had a product for 5 years, 7 years. Probably was not a good idea to keep using that.
Okay.
I've been using it forever. It's always worked fine. I'm like,
man. So I got a funny story if I can. My father, when he retired, he used to bowl all the time, and he would take orders for his friend who was selling Avon. So next thing you know, she's telling him, hey, Walt, you bringing me all these orders. Why don't you sell Avon? I'm not selling any Avon. You must be crazy. He ends up selling Avon.
Yeah.
He gets all of these awards and everything.
Oh.
My father's been dead 25 years on the 21st of May. It just passed. 25 years. When he passed, the ladies that contacted me about their Avon orders, because he had his living room was just full of Avon products.
I'm sure.
I promise you this. Last summer, I just opened up the last bottle of Skin So Soft, which people use for mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes, yeah.
Yeah, it's good for the mosquitoes.
Right? Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, I just opened up my last bottle of Skin So Soft. So, of course, I'm like, who's selling Avon? When you go online now, you can get your local Avon rep through online.
By zip code.
Yeah, I'm just sitting by zip code, exactly. And I'm sitting there saying, I mean, like this. I told my wife, I said, there's no way this stuff still works, but we use it every year. We're sitting out on the deck, putting it on, and the mosquitoes leave us alone, you know.
Right.
So I'm just like, wow, man. So I don't know what's in Skin So Soft, but I mean, whatever's in it, it's
still
nuclear.
moving, right? Because I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
like
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's crazy, man. So when you're talking about expiration dates, you're absolutely right. I mean, like even like a Twinkie, something that you eat has all type of preservatives in it that stay on the shelf forever. So that tells you that it makes you think anyway, like what in the world is in this
Is
stuff
in here? Yeah.
that it can still be working this long, this far out. So yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Let me tell you this one. So, I had that removed, the carcinoma on my knee.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor says use Neosporin. So I had a Neosporin, and what do? I work in the business, right? So I got the Neosporin. I didn't look at the expiration date, right? So I'm putting it on every night, I'm like, this stuff is not working, and I look at it.
Expired 2 years
ago. I'm like, Jesus, you know what I mean?
Oh,
so I
man.
go, I'm like, you think I would know better, right? So I'm like, I thought I looked at it, but I didn't look at it. I go, I need to go buy some more of this. Boom. I get the new one. It worked. I mean, it was like, because it wasn't working.
Oh, man.
little expiration there going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
Yeah,
so
that's funny.
I try to open up the medicine cabinet. Well, that's gone. Those pills are gone. That aspirin's gone. I mean, because they say they don't work. That it's
passes time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna ask on this one. Do you believe some of that is in the mind because you see that it's expired, so you've already body wise have already checked it off? It's like it's not going to work.
I feel like once you open them up, the air gets in, and it's age, it starts to not work. When it's all tightly sealed and everything, okay, I may open this up, and let's say I had it, but they say that if it's tightly sealed, don't quote me, but this is what they say. They can last like 3 or 4 years under.
Yes.
And a lot of times when they do inventory, there's certain numbers is telling the company these got to go, and they'll say, so they get the inventory. That means that's too old, and they've been sitting in the case. They got to go back. How do I not know we sold one of those? You know what I mean? So they're just saying there's time to go back. So when they're tightly closed, the shelf life is pretty good. It's once they're open.
Okay.
You got to watch it. So maybe yours was still some active ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it myself. Open it up. Oh, it still works. You know what I mean? But once this is already open, this is done. Right. So if it was still sealed, but I still would watch, still keep looking at the date, because once you open it, then you have an idea how old it is. Let's say it says 12 months from this date, and it's 3 years from now. The date's telling me something different. Right. Probably won't use it. I probably won't.
All right. So Cindy, in the beginning of the show, you said that you had a what did they call it? Acting. You're acting, but what is it? What's it called? You're trying out. It's an audition. Thank you.
Audition.
It's a tryout, but it's an audition. So you had an audition. So can you tell us a little bit about this before we wrap up the show today?
It's supposed to be the one that I'm going to try for. It's supposed to be a pilot. It's one of the person that's trying to open up a pilot was from Saturday Night Live. He's an actor, and he's got a casting call going on for a pilot. So it's a mom. So I'm going to try out for it, and I got to get for audition. That's another thing. I've auditioned for some actors. I haven't gotten the part like the big screens, but to me, it's a win when you get someone to even notice you, because you have to remember, it's like football. How many people they pass up to even get one? You know what I mean? Yes. So, they see your photos first, and then they see your reels. Once they see that, okay, I want that one, 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 that one. Now you go for your audition. That is a win to even get that.
And then they
have callbacks.
Callbacks, yeah.
So they want to see how your acting skills are. And there's like 3 big ones that I've auditioned 3 or 4 times so far. So that means there's something that they like. Okay. Now is which is going to be the best part for me, but they're still, they keep you on their top list, which is kind of cool. But this one here is a pilot, and I'm going to try out for it. And it's a mother. She plays a mom.
Okay.
So, but the only reason I got that is because I've done some reels, I've done some films, I've done some commercials, I've done some short films, I've been in the film festivals. So I do have some background in it, you know, and they know that I can learn my sides, and they know that I can show up. So they see all that before they even go any more than that. So, yeah.
Your sides, clear that up for us. That's just your script. That's your speaking part. But where does this word sides come from?
Because those are my sides. That's my
that's
work.
your work.
So
right.
I have to know your sides too when you're going to talk. So when I can come in, you know, so it's not only mine, it's you. You know, I got to know the beginning, and that's my part. That's my time to pop in. But how to pop in and look natural. You know what I mean? I'll say, oh, she was going to say that. You know, it's saying something without knowing it that you're not going to notice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Those are the things, the hard things to me that are the skills of learning.
They're easy for her. They're terrible for me.
Well, he didn't like it.
So do you find that I think you gave us your age, so you're playing a mom, and you may have someone writing a script that doesn't even have kids, right? And these scripts, these shows are scripted. I mean, they're heavily scripted. I mean, so it's like stick to the script, right?
Yes. Don't change it.
Don't change it. So do you find yourself like, who wrote this? Do you ever? I mean, how do you get past? I mean, as an actress, you have to get past that.
Yeah, it's the wording. We don't talk like the way the script is.
Right.
Right. It's like, I wouldn't say it that way. So when you're trying to learn that, you're saying it. Okay, so let's say you learn the first line, right? Okay, now you got that. Then I learned my second lines. There's things in there I wouldn't talk like that. So I got to think that way, you know, to talk like that. Once I learned the sides, and there's different ways that you can learn the script, but everyone's got to do it their way. Now I got to go back and say, okay, I'm not bringing that word in. I got to get that word in. I got to do this. Okay, that one I can't remember. So once I got that done, now it's like saying it over and over until I master it. The interesting about it is when I'm talking to you, right? That is in my head right now. The sides are the script is my head. And sometimes I think I forgot it. It's the weirdest thing. Like you're like, but once you start it, it comes right back. And when you see these actors who's got a lengthy side, you have to look at it. And you're amazing. Like, they learned word by word by word. And it didn't happen in a day. It's I get emotional because I know what they're doing. And, you know, you got like a stack like that, you know, it's a lot of work to it, and don't change it. Now, the other thing is too, when they do change it, you're like, oh, okay. And you got to do it that day. You know what I mean? So let's say, for example, I did a movie called The Mother, and they felt like it wasn't working. The girl wasn't working with me, and we weren't clashing. So they changed it. So they hand me the sides, which is the script. I got to rememorize today.
Right.
And what they do like one section. So let's say, oh God, like, okay, today we're just going to do the role that you're in the room. But that's 3 pages or 4 pages long full, and that's all day. So by the time it's 9 o'clock at night, I better know those words by now. I know what I'm doing. So then they go, tomorrow, that's another section. Okay, tomorrow we're going to be at the freeway. You know, that's what we're going to do. Sometimes they do the ending first, and they do the first. Right. So you got to learn all that, you know. But when I'm standing there, they got a person here. Okay, let's say, Walt, you do the sides. I'll freeze and go, sides. You tell me. Now we got to do it again. And then that's when they do the clap and everything.
Right.
And I freeze. Sides. Okay, Cindy, what's the problem? Okay, now, okay, so I'm just saying how it works. Okay, what's the problem? What you're not getting? Okay, go work on it for 5 minutes and come back. Okay, all right, now I got to settle down, think, and I'm thinking that side that I can't, I'm giving you the good and the bad. So,
For sure.
Yeah. And then I do it. It's like, but now do it again, exactly like that you did it. I don't know how, I can't see myself. Show me what I look like when I did it. Okay. So they do that a lot. It's like, that's it. Do it. Well, now I got to see myself. Okay. But this is where you were at. Yeah. You did your arm like this. So they got all these people around you watching everything. So you go back to your spot. You wait, action, and then you start, and you do everything exactly the same thing without people knowing it. You're doing the same thing. And then that's when they say it's a wrap. Okay, done. Now they're ready for the next scene. Now we're going to go to the next one. And sometimes they'll start on that and then they'll finish off the next day. So it's challenging, but when you get it done, it's so rewarding. You know what I mean? It's so rewarding because you're like, God, I did that.
Did it? Yes.
Did that. You know
so
what
I know a lot of times when a movie is over, we watch the movie and we say how wonderful the actors were, and then they show you the clips of all the bloopers, all the takes. The bloopers that went behind the scene where they forgot to use their stage name and was using real names and things like that. So we laugh at it, but like you said, it's a lot of work that goes into that. Especially, I think I get really impressed when I see people using that maybe a foreign accent. They're not British, but they're speaking as a British, or they're not visiting, and it's amazing. 100%. So
hard. And stunts too. I had to learn how to fall. So I had to hit up a banner and fall at the same time, acting like I wasn't showing that I was going to fall.
Right.
So they had like a green mat there. And I must have fallen like 30 times. I even told them, I go, look, I got to relax. I'm really tired right now. And they're like, do it again and do it. And I knew my body was like, let me relax. So I'm carrying these two picture frames, and I hit the banner. I have to throw the frames at a certain way while I was falling at a certain way. And how to do it again, and how to do it again. That I felt like I was just worn out at the end. I did it, but I was hurting. You know what I mean? Because they want it exactly like that. That's what they want. That's what they're looking for. So they had a stunt person was there and showing me not to get hurt. So you turn this way, you do that way. You don't do this, all of that. Because they need to tell you that so you don't break your arm, you don't break your ankles, and they got a lot of padding. And then the other one I played the mother. I was a battered woman who was a true story. The girl was from China, and the mother is from China, so it's a true story from over there. Instead of using something bad, I used a broomstick. So they had to put padding all over his back while I was hitting him. But I had to make sure I didn't hit his head. I had to make sure that I didn't hit his ear. So when I was using that broomstick, this is where you need to hit, Cindy, right here, not here, not here. So
you could have hurt someone.
Right. So they're holding his head while I'm hitting him. And then they have a little section here saying, stop, because I'm getting too close to his head. So they have to learn all that. And plus, I learned all that. Not to hurt somebody, not intentionally, but that's how people get hurt, because one little, and of course I broke the bat. So they had to get a broomstick, but it was supposed to be a bat. That's what I mean. But we did that like 2 hours of hitting him over and over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, it's been exciting stuff. I've learned a lot.
For real. We might have to get you back on the show so you can tell us some more, because I'm invested now and I want to see if you get the part.
I want to see if you get the part.
So nothing else. And then I know a lot of different.
But I am doing one called 3 Flowers. It's a feature film. It's about the Zoot Suit War in LA.
Okay.
So you're familiar with that. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. All right. But look, Greg and Cindy, it's been a pleasure having you on the Iron Sharpening Iron show, and I think we've definitely learned a lot about cosmetics and just the ins and out about it, because a lot of times you just don't know. You just walk in, you pick something off the shelf, and then you walk out. And but you definitely put a lot of I guess insight that I needed, and I'm glad and I appreciate it, especially with the summer coming up, and definitely the SPF, and making sure we put on the right products to keep ourselves and our skin safe. Thank you for the insights on your acting, and just telling us about who you are and all the walking the steps of life. The dancing, as Greg said, you're a great dancer. So.
Thank you.
So all of that, it's a lot going on over here. So
can I say one more thing?
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
If anybody out there that wants to know about acting, go to your nearest civic theaters in your town. It's really good way to learn in acting, because
and see if you like it.
But that's not the only thing. When you go up on stage, you don't do retakes, so you'll learn that you've got that time to do it, and it teaches you how to, when you fumble, to keep going.
Right.
It is. I think theater is very, very good for anybody, because I did theater, and that's what they told me. Do some theaters and see what you think. And I was amazed, because when you get stuck, you got to keep saying your lines. You just go to the next one.
Yeah,
what I mean? They may know, you may know that I'm stuck, but you're like hitting the punch ball. You're waiting for that moment for you to come in, but you know that she messed up, but they don't know that. You don't want them to know that. You just keep going. I think the civic theaters and your local civic theaters are excellent to get involved with. It does teach you a lot. And it also teaches you if that's where you want to go. And a lot of big actors have come from theater.
Oh yeah.
And it's a great way to get started, because some people don't live in Hollywood and they're not living in New York. But you know what? It's a good way to start. It really, really is.
That comment you made is something that we try to share a lot too, as a YouTube creators, your content creator. Doing a video where you can go back and edit it and move things around and make it all perfect and keep it is one thing. But when you're live, exactly like you just said, it's live. We don't get to take it back. Yeah, the camera's got to be right. The microphone's got to be right. When I say out my mouth like oops or whatever, it's done. So so this is that time, as doing a live, being a content creator who does do, like I just do lives. That's all I do. And what I've even had people telling me, you're gonna have a hard time making it because all you do is live. I'm like, well, that's another part of being a content creator. I do live. So I might have a hard time making it, no different than a person on Broadway might have a harder time making it than a person that's on the big screen, because of the fact is you're not going to get any more takes. This is the take. This is it. This is a one shot, and this is it. We don't get to go back and tweak it. I can take some stuff out. I mean, like I say, well, we can't use that because of copyright and this and that. But other than that, it's been said, it's been done, and bam, there it is. So
it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is, and that's why I say my testimonial, or this is my opinion, because I have to watch what I say. Think about how I say things. You know what I mean? And because some people may take it wrong, or they may say, "Well, that's what you." No, I didn't mean it that way.
Gotta have context, right?
That, So you're right. When you're live, you got to think and hear how to say it and do the best you can at the moment.
Right. Well, I mean, this has been a pleasure. Wow. I mean, it really has been a pleasure. I thank Walt Talks for coming on. No, go ahead. You want to say great? Huh?
I said, we want to thank both of you.
Oh, wow.
No, thank you. So I'm gonna ask y'all to we're gonna end the show, and I'm gonna ask you to hang up. Just hang tight. Don't go nowhere once we end this show. But I had a true pleasure hanging out with y'all, and this has been a blessing. I learned a lot. I really did. So I want to thank you again for allowing us just to sit here and hang out with you and help us out with some understanding and all of that stuff, because I didn't know. I mean, I didn't know. There's many times, like I say, I get on the show and I could say, yeah, I knew that, or I knew this, I've done that. Well, now you put me in a world where I didn't do it. I don't know. So
not much on the beauty products, huh?
Yeah, not too much on the
And
beauty.
we found out your dad did Avon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You never
And he
know.
was terrible. He was
Never know.
terrible. He would walk up to women and he'd put lotion in their hands and he'd rub their hands and all that kind of stuff. Man, that's cheating, man. You are cheating. You are cheating.
But whoever thought your dad did Avon? You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. I didn't bring anything, and that was a good thing. I was like,
he was good.
Used Avon, but you never know who sells it. You don't know who
he had
sell it.
pins and trophies and all kind of stuff. But Jack, I digress. I just want to say thank you so much. I learned a lot. Thank you for sharing. Cindy, seems like you are the female Forrest Gump. You have pretty much done it all. So you have done it all. I mean, you have been there and still doing it all. So I'm looking forward to. I'm gonna go check your IMDb. Is that it? IMDb.
Yes.
And check you out. And you're on my radar now. So I'm pulling for you. So
look
I
at
like
my playlist. You'll see some.
I will.
On my playlist.
So thank you so much, Greg. Hey man, you making all men look good. I know you have your own story, but you definitely support your lady, man, and that's a great thing. And
same, just lucky to have her.
Hey man, in spite of ourselves, here we are, right?
Here we go.
Yeah, man. So salute to you, man. And I appreciate both of you. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, really. So for all you out there in the chat that's been supporting all this time, and we thank you for being here on the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. Definitely, if you missed any parts of this interview, check out the replay. Go and make sure you check out Cindy and Greg's channel, Cindy Lifestyle and More. But definitely make sure you go and check them out. They do lives. They also do videos.
I'm learning lives.
A lot of fun. I think you use a StreamYard product as well. So they're definitely a good couple to hang out with, and they have a good time when they're out there doing their live. I believe I did. I sent them a logo. So
you did. It's on there. I've been
it's on there. Yeah. So yeah. So, but until next time, we thank you all. I think our next one is Wednesday. Will be June the 4th. Got Krista Flash is going to be on here with us. So Krista Flash will be here June 4th. But Walt Talk, I thank you again for being who you are.
Thank you, sir.
Cindy and Greg, thank you for being here. Thanks, and everyone out in the chat. We tell you have a blessed rest of this weekend and have a good week, and see you Wednesday on the Iron Sharpening Iron Show, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And until then, stay blessed and peace. And I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Blessings.